moments to come in while I get the thumbnail set up and we wait for the text to go out. I hope everyone is having a very lovely Sunday. This is a video that I've been wanting to do for a while. And so today we're going to be going through the Love is Blind season 6 bombshell that happened with Clay and AD. For those of you who do not know, Clay and AD were the black couple on the show. And it turned into a boondoggle at the altar. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the entire thing. We're going to spend the whole afternoon and evening together, which I'm happy about. I took a screen recording. I recorded the actual show, and I've tried uploading it a few different times, but it keeps getting copywritten, struck down. So we're going to have to do something different. We're just going to have to play the audio, and then I'll show you I'll show you a screenshot of any particular face that I think we need to pay attention to, because Netflix is not playing, they're not playing their stuff, and they'll take the whole broadcast down if we try to play any of the footage. So give me just one moment while I get the thumbnail up. Actually, while we're waiting for that, I could just get, this is the thumbnail I'm trying to upload right there. So I hope everyone is doing well. Happy Sunday to all of you. Happy Sunday. Okay, so the thumbnail is up. We are in. Oh my goodness. Ema says, ma'am, I'm tired of the both of them. Don't say that, because I can't. Lord, somebody said that he took the girl for puppy show. Lord have mercy. We got a Jamaican in the house, apparently. All right, so welcome everybody. It has been a long time coming. I've been wanting to talk about this since the story happened, and there's so many things happening behind the scenes that it's very difficult for me to go live and do all of these things, because I'm in speech contests, I'm winning, I'm getting ready to, I won the New York City speech contest for the Speakers Association, and then now I'm going into the regionals competition, and then from there I'm going to go to nationals. So this is her first live. Welcome. So Erin, we are going to be here together for the bulk of the afternoon. There was the text that has just gone out. So for those of you who are new here, I am your host, Tonya TKO. I am a self-love specialist. I'm a life coach and a certified clinical hypnotherapist. As such, I know how important affirmations are. At the end of each broadcast, we will be having not a pop quiz, but I want you to pay attention throughout the broadcast for self-love lessons that you can take for your own life, because this is not about AD, it's not about Clay, it's about what we can take away for our own lives. This morning I was in a I didn't want to talk about this, but I was in a terrible, it wasn't an argument, it was a kind of a one-sided argument from a person that just really can't see themselves and how it is that they're showing up. I did something radical at the beginning of this year. I changed all of my phone numbers, and now very few select people have my phone number. And one of the things that this did was it allowed me to get complete silence around me. And in that silence, I've been concentrating on living my dream, pursuing my dream. We women are used as a source of resource for almost everyone, for man, woman, and child. And many of our friendships are lopsided. And we end up being this, I don't want to say an oasis, but we're kind of like a pool from which many people come to suckle. And if you set boundaries, people feel entitled to your time and resource, and they will turn on you. And someone who claimed that we, in their opinion, were friends, and you know what? I'm noticing a theme from people. And look, if this is the cost of friendship with some people, I don't want it. I don't want it. On the one hand, people are like, oh, I love you so much. On the other hand, they'll cuss you down to the ground if you're having an off day. Like some of these people are going viral for approaching stars out and about and feeling like the stars owe them the type of good time that they feel that they are entitled to. Nobody owes you anything. We are on this earth for a short amount of time. You know what? We need to go live on all of the platforms because I didn't mean to get into this whole conversation. Welcome in, everybody. Let's go ahead and just get live. Let's do that. All right, we're gonna go live. We are live on. We're live on Twitch. Okay. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn. And of course, you know, we are live on YouTube, which is the main platform. I am your host, Tonya TKO. I'm a self-love specialist from TonyaTKO.com. If this is your first time here, please know that these platforms, they do not show you everybody that you're subscribed to. So it's important that you do certain things if you want to see the items again. Save the video on a playlist. Save the video to watch later. Share it to yourself on maybe your WhatsApp, or share it to your Instagram, or share it to somebody. Take the time right now to share, because we're going to have a watch party where we're going to be on here for about 3 hours. I have 30 minutes of footage, and we're going to be breaking this down piece by piece. We're not going to be able to show the actual footage of the show because I tried it a few times behind the scenes. I tried it pixelated. Hold on, let me turn down the volume a little. Oh, it's going down right now anyway. I tried it pixelated. I tried it blurred. But Netflix is on it, and they will take down the live broadcast if I try to show the footage. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen and how do we do this? The only thing that I can think of is us listening to the actual words that are being said. And then every once in a while, I can show you a screenshot of a particular face that I want us to pay attention to. Okay? So, let's get this geared up. Right now, I want everybody to tell me where you're tuning in from. If you can't tell from my accent, I am from the East Coast. I am a New Yorker, born and bred, and I have lived across the United States. So some of my people who are watching right now are coming in from California. I have high cheekbones, and I think that that has attracted people from South Africa. So there's a lot of people who are coming in from many different places. So you have to tell me where you're coming in at. If this is your first time here, this is how the broadcast is set up. We take dance or movement breaks every 30 minutes. I am not feeling high energy today, so our movement breaks are really going to consist of just getting our heart rate up by doing any movement, right? So every 30 minutes, we are going to get up. We're going to move. We're going to take a little bit of break where the Cash App, I'm going to be reading your Cash App submissions on the broadcast live. So the link for that is in the description. It's just going to be $ Tonya TKO. You can also just take a picture of that QR code right there. It'll take you right to the Cash App. Oh, we got Michigan, Philly. We got the United States Virgin Islands in the house, Cali, Brooklyn. All right. Oh, Philly is strong and deep today. Right? Oh, somebody talking about I look gorgeous. Thank you, thank you. I was playing around with some makeup today, and I was like, let me try something a little different. So today I took my eyeliner and pulled it way up high, and then I have on like 3/4 lashes, and I kind of doubled up the lashes. I am wearing vegan makeup from my own line. Everything that I'm wearing is from my own line, and hopefully one day it'll be available again. I just have to go through all of the motions to create it again. But nonetheless, we are here talking about Love is Blind Season 6. We're going to be going into details. I'm pulling up the thing for us to watch right now. Okay. Wilshire? Lindsay? Wait. Wiltshire. Interesting. Interesting. I always thought that the people in those other parts of England, I always thought they had like those muddy British accents. You know what I'm talking about? Nonetheless, and lesser than none. At the end of the day's got to end. So, what we're going to do is this right here. All right. This is our footage, but like I said, they are hating on us, so they're not going to let us play it. So what we're going to do is we are just going to listen to the sound. And let me see. Best way to do this. What's the best way to do this? All right. For those of you who don't know, right? Let me pull this. Let me pull this over here. I'm going to pull it on that screen. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to, all right, I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this so that we don't get, we're gonna get clocked. We're going to get clocked anyway. So let's go ahead and just, what's the best way to do this? Damn. All right. If this is your first time here, I'm your host, Tonya TKO. Speed up the playback. Will that stop us from getting clocked, though? See, because, damn, you know what? We will speed it up, but I don't think that's going to stop us from getting clocked. I don't think it's going to stop us from getting clocked. Change the screenshot whenever there's someone new on the screen. The thing is, I don't have screenshots. I just have the video. I don't have you all seen anybody else playing this footage? How did they do it? Have you seen anybody else? Because I am like, I'm just not in the mood for, hold on, let me get this. I want to grab this. Let me, mm, 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 mm. All right. Can I play the audio from my Bluetooth? I'm going to play the audio, but I'm just going to take this off of the screen. So I'm going to take that off the screen and I'm going to put up, I'm going to put this across the area so that we can at least see the sound form. That's what I'll do. So we'll at least be able to see some of the sound on the screen. All right. That's the only thing that I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of. All right. So the screen will be black. The most important part. Okay, so see, even Gold is saying that other people just, yeah. So we're not gonna chance it because what will happen if we don't do it the right way, it'll take down the broadcast. So we just won't be on air at all. It'll block it from broadcasting because Netflix is just that powerful. So here. So it's just going to be a black screen. So that's what we're going to do. If this is your first time here, there are a few different things that you need to do. If you want to find my video again, please know that these sites don't owe you anything. You got to share the video to yourself, share it to a friend. You have to add it to a playlist because you'll see me, you will love me, and then you'll never be able to find me again. So you're going to have to do what you got to do for yourself. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the footage from the wedding and the reunion. So this right here is the wedding. AD and Clay are on the stage, and I want you to hear what it is that he says, and I want you to see his face. Okay? So here, let's get into it. Wish us luck, y'all. Wish us luck. Wish us luck. All right.
Well, honestly, AD, I feel as though like I became such a better man dealing with you through this whole process, and I want to thank you for your
Hold on. I need this to not be on the. I pulled what I thought was important. Hold on. Where's this?
patience, because Lord knows.
Okay, so here, I pulled what I thought was most important, right? So let us, you know what? I wonder if we can do this. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Here. Let's see. Right here. Let us. Okay, let's see. All right. What we're going to do is we are going to play, put this super blurred out, super blurred out, okay? The super blur out should help us. All right. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. So what I want you to pay attention to, and we're going to do this whole breakdown. Okay. So this is them at the altar. And you're going to hear him talking about how much she served him. And these are going to be the parts that we're going to be paying attention to. All right. So here.
But honestly, AD, I feel as though like I became such a better man dealing with you through this whole process, and I want to thank you for your patience, because Lord knows I'm a lot to handle, a lot to deal with, and just your patience and you just being able to be adaptable with me, navigate through the turbulence. I always say the reason why I love you is the fact that whenever we have an issue, we're able to come back the next day and talk about it and get to another point. I love that fact though, because it's a real relationship, and although this has been an expedited process, I think me and you have been so authentic. We've had those real uncomfortable conversations and got to the point where we're at right now. It's like I'm so happy that we're here. The mental fortitude that we have to go through together, and it just shows that we are a fantastic team. So I gotta give a shout out to you for just working out for me, man, for real. This is crazy.
So I want you to see her face right here, right? She is so happy. She feels that she has achieved the black woman's American dream. She has a black man who has gone to the altar with her. She feels that she has beat the odds. She's served him. She has dedicated herself to him. She's given up her body to him. She moved in to this home in an effort to foster this relationship. And I want you to pay attention. During season 6, the one couple whom you did not see inside their apartment was this couple. Why? Because he was on overnight trips. He was staying at his old apartment. He was not living with her on set. So I just want you to see she's so happy, and he's telling her how she made him a better man. And before we went live on all of the platforms, I was talking to the people on YouTube, and I was telling them about this altercation, this verbal assault, and this altercation that I experienced earlier today from a person who called themselves my quote unquote friend. But the moment that I set down a boundary and said, listen, I really just need peace around me, right? Because, like I said, in the beginning of this year, I changed all of my phone numbers, and only select few people have my phone numbers. I entrusted this person in giving them my phone number, and they brought a lot of drama to me today. And part of the part of the drama is that as a woman, our resources are thought of as a right. People feel that they have a right to our resources, man, woman, and child. There are a lot of people on these platforms who talk about men and how men want to suck and siphon you dry. Women and children do too. And this is why, for the self love lesson for us, I need us to pay attention as women to how we're spending our resources, because you know what? I was listening to this book because evolutionary psychology is a passion of mine. And I was listening to this book by David Buss, and he was talking about evolutionary psychology and evolutionary biology and women, and he posited menopause as a time for a woman to shift from giving to her children to now giving to her grandchildren. I almost threw my phone when I heard this, right? Menopause is a mother effing gift for women, and people position it as if menopause is something that's downtrodden and something bad, and oh, you're old. No, 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 no. Actually, women go through menopause in the mid part of their lives when they still have a lot of life left. Why? Because final fuckingly, you can turn from being of service to every mother effing body else. People are not using you for your womb anymore. You are no longer a baby factory. Now, at this point, you can focus on you. People feel that they are entitled to our resources as women. They feel entitled to our home when they need a place to crash or stay, our mental health services, even when we are unqualified, untrained, and that's not what the friendship is there for, or the association or whatever. People feel entitled to our labor, our physical abilities, our listening. They feel entitled to our life coaching skills, that we're going to get them their applications together. We're going to run all around town. We're going to be getting all the decorations for the birthday party. We're going to get the cake. We're going to buy the diapers. We're going to birth the children. We're going to cook the food. We're going to do all of these things. And we're not focusing on ourselves. I am a self-love specialist, and I'm playing this video today because I want you to look for the self-love lessons. I forgot to turn on my timer for us to take our break, so I'm going to put it at 20 minutes right now, right? Menopause is a gift afforded to women because now, at this point, you get to start thinking about your legacy. You get to start thinking about what is it, the mark that you want to leave on this earth. Now that you are no longer a baby factory and all of these other things, you can now reclaim your life and focus on you. So, I want you to see her face. She feels that she has achieved the Black woman's American dream, right?
Clay, honestly, from the moment that we actually really started connecting in the pods, my life has never been the same. You are a safe space for me. You are a home for me. We speak the same language. We love the same things.
So I want you to pay attention to what it is that she's saying. She's talking about how they speak the same language. This is one of the things that many Black women want in a Black man. They want somebody who can understand her quote unquote struggles and be able to relate to her in a cultural way, which is understandable. However, we need to be picking overall the best mate for us. Is he the best mate for her? Was he giving her warning signs all along the way?
You are beautiful. You are intelligent. I love how raw you are.
I want you to pay attention. While she's doing all of this stuff, right? He's nodding his head. Let me see if I can get the video onto the top part so you can see. Let me see. All right, here we go. So for those of you who are just getting here, I can't put the video on the screen because Netflix is not playing with us like that. So here.
Authentic. How personable and fun you are. Like, I love that we can just at any minute of the day, like, it doesn't even matter. I think you are a very powerful
So
man.
you see You see his head nodding up and down because while she is speaking life into him, remember when it was his time to speak life into her, he talked about how she put up with him and served him and made him a better man. And then here she comes. He didn't edify her. He didn't talk about the her as an individual being. She talked about how he served her, how he made her better. And while she's edifying him, he's nodding his head.
I see things in you that maybe you don't see. And those are things that I want to continue to nourish for you because I trust you. And I just appreciate the man that you are. And I appreciate the fact that we've even got this far.
The work have you put in?
Okay, and you put in the work. Yeah. You put in the work. That's why we're here. Yeah. And I'm so proud of you. And I'll.
And so if you listen to her, right, and this is something that we as women often have to do. We often have to put the battery in the backs of these men. We have to we have to charge up everybody. What happened to my, oh my goodness, I didn't press my timer. Okay, right? We have to put the backs inside these people all around us, pumping them up. She's like, I think that you are a powerful man. She didn't say he was a powerful man. She's like, I think you're a powerful man. Because, and she's talking about the work that he's putting in. So he's a work in progress. He's still working on himself. She is helping him work on himself. And he is there receiving the help.
Always be proud of you. I'll always be your biggest fan, your biggest cheerleader. Always.
Wow.
Clay and Amber, you chose each other based on an intense emotional connection. Looks, age, finances, all the superficial things of the world were not a factor for you two.
I can say all that.
Clay, Amber, as you stand here today before one another, take note that after you speak your vows, your lives will never be the same. As in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Now it's time to decide if love is blind. Will you get married and commit to face your life together as husband and wife? Or will you walk away forever?
My heart is racing.
My heart is like vegan.
Amber,
Oh.
do you take Clay to live together in the union of marriage?
This is the part I
To
want
take
you all
him
to
as your best
see.
friend and partner in life? To honor, cherish, and love him from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and in health, for all your days.
All right. I want you to pay attention to, did you see his head nodding, right? While she's talking, so you see his head is nodding, right? So pay attention. Let me see.
I do.
Okay. So here, I'm going to rewind it just a little bit because here.
From this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and in health.
I need you all to just see this one part. He says, he's asking, right? I'm going to turn down the volume on this because like I said, Netflix is not playing, but I need you to just see this one part right here. I'm going to kill the volume on it. But when he's like, do you take him? I want you to see, right? Look, do you see how he nodded his head? Did you see that? He nods at her. The reason, Tiffany, no one can see the video because of Netflix. Calm down, everyone. If you're just getting here, can somebody else tell other people what's going on, right? Okay. If you have ever wondered, right? If you've ever wondered, why is a man in my life coming around over and over and over again, letting me plan these getaways, letting me plan these outings, me having intercourse with him showing up for the dinners and the holidays and all of this other stuff, but then he doesn't want to commit, right? Why does he keep showing up? I want you to pay attention. When the preacher or pastor is asking AD whether or not she will take him to be her husband, Clay is nodding at her, right? Because it feels good. Do not let these men lie to you. Being loved on feels good. Having holidays and vacations feels good. Having a family that a foundation and a base feels good. Having wonderful birthday parties planned for you feels good. Being a part of a union feels good. They like the way it feels. And ladies, we need to start having an entrance fee for our services. And I want you to ask yourself, what is the entrance fee to get these things from me? You know, look, even in the amusement park, everywhere that people want to be for where they go and get benefit, there is a cost associated with being able to get those benefits. Ladies, what does he need to do and show up as? You see, part of what's happening is we're auditioning. And I believe that AD was auditioning. And she even says that in the next scene when she's in the room crying. She talks about how she did all of these things to show him how fun life can be with her, right? So here, I'm going to pull this back off of the screen. Remember, no one can see the video because Netflix will remove the broadcast if I show the video. So we're just listening to the audio and paying attention to what's being said, okay? Okay, and so I hate that we have to be extremely cautious to avoid such a high level of manipulation. I want us to take accountability for how we show up. This is why I'm talking to you about what your entrance fee is. What is your entrance fee for your services? Does he just need to show up? The other day, I reacted to a video. If you're not on the other page, go ahead to the other page, Tonya TKO Clips. This man, big, fat, black man, bald, sitting in a car, talking about the 5 things a man should never have to do, whether he's dating, in a relationship, or just casually hooking up with a woman. And he listed off all of these demeaning activities and chores, and topped with, keep your mouth shut and don't speak to me. So you're just the effing help to come there, pick up his damn dirty drawers, cook for him, but he doesn't want you to freaking speak to him. He wants you to shut the F up so that I can't wait for them to get robots to be able to do all of these activities for these males so that they could just leave us the F alone. But the people like him won't be able to afford the robots, and they're still going to be trying to look for you and your labor, right? Ruba is saying, is he a narc? It doesn't matter. Whether he's, look, we cannot diagnose him from afar. And this is never about the other person. It is only about you. What is it that you are allowing in your life? What are you allowing? That's the question. Because people are going to people. You heard that what is it, a fable of the scorpion and the frog who crossed the river, and then once they got across, the scorpion stung the frog and the frog sinks down into the water. Listen, scorpions are going to be scorpions. Frogs are going to be frogs. You have to know what is it that you are willing to give to someone who is not giving, or what they are giving. You have to figure that out for yourself. Because whether you come into contact with a narcissist or a codependent or whatever, it's not about them, it's about what you allow. And Gold is saying, I am going to be honest, I allowed mediocrity. Yes, I've allowed mediocrity into my life before as well. I have auditioned for the role of wife. I thought if I gave enough of myself that I would finally be appreciated. But it's like you have to see where a man is in his life. Is his life settled? Does he love himself? How does he speak to himself in his own mind? Is he hard on himself? Is he super critical of himself? Also, you have to learn about attachment styles. There's some men out there who are avoidant. And you keep yourself single by being in relationships with men who are avoidant. You have to look within yourself and see, do you really want commitment? Because if you really wanted commitment, you'd probably take a better gamble than that. Let's go. Oops, sound is still down. Hold on.
Clay, do you take Amber to live together in a union of marriage? To take her as your best friend and partner in life? To honor, cherish, and love her from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and in health, for all of your days.
This has been the best process. AD, I love you. I don't think it's responsible for me to say I do.
And this is when people, you can see their faces, people are stunned all around her. The mother, I mean, if you see their faces, people are stunned and horrified.
But I want you to know that I'm rocking with you. I just don't think it's responsible for me to say I do at this point, when I still need work. I still need to get to the point where I'm 100% in. And
Well, you know, listen. Yes, the entrance fee is your standards and boundaries. Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. What does a person have to pay you respect? Do they have to just pay you kindness? What's the entrance fee? I hope that that's clear, because it's not about the money, or it could be about money for you if that's how you roll. But I'm just saying. So nonetheless, right? Let me say two things right here. If the man still needs to do work on himself and he doesn't feel comfortable at entering into a commitment like that, I have all the respect in the world for that. My issue is allowing her to get dressed up in this dress. He says he loves her. Allowing her bridesmaids to come there and get dressed up and put on all of their makeup and stand there at the altar when he knew that he was not 100% certain. That's my issue with this, right? That's my issue. And you can see her face. She's like, and then she says, don't do this. Don't do this, right? Here.
I'm not going to have you over here thinking that it's not going to gonna work. I'm gonna put the work in for you, and we'll go through this together. I don't care what nobody says. I know fully I'm not ready for marriage, and you deserve the best. And if I'm not ready to give that 100%, I won't go there with you when I'm not ready. And I appreciate you, and I know that you will fight for me and we'll let it work.
So you hear him. I know that you will fight for me and that you will make it work. Men are constantly talking about how they're these predators out on the prowl, that they're the ones who fight for what it is that they want. But now he's eliciting her to the position to be fighting for him. And if you look at her face, she's looking out to the audience. She's looking for a lifeline right now. She's looking for someone to come and save her. She's like, get me out of here. This is embarrassing. She's up there in her dress. She's invested in all of this stuff. And then here he comes. Here he comes with this.
I know, but I can't say yes right now. I'm sorry, Eddie. I'm sorry.
So this is when she starts getting angry, right? She realizes what's going on. You see, there's already a tear down her face. And she's starting to get angry now at this point because she looks out to the audience and she sees that she has brought all of these people here. And now for her to get embarrassed like this in front of everybody, she thought she had the Black American woman's dream.
But why does it matter, like, with the timeline? Why does that matter?
Okay.
So now he's telling her, why does the timeline matter? He went on a show. He asked her to marry him. And the expectation is that they're going to get married on this day, right? He's asking, this is the show. He's asking, why does the timeline matter? Because these type of people, this is what I'm saying. What is your boundary? What is your entrance fee? What is it that needs to be in place? Because these people will roll around for years, taking of your resources, siphoning from you. And if you allow it, they will continue to suck you dry. What is your hard and fast?
Don't do that. Okay. We good? Come on, baby. Thank you. You're so very welcome. Thank you.
So she's hugging his mother. I want you to see his face as she's walking away. Looks like he's confused, like, what's going on? Why is she upset? Why is she just not rocking with me?
Edwardo.
Your dad and I were married for almost 24 years.
All right, so now I've skipped to the part where the mother is talking to him, and she's basically, you'll hear it. You'll hear it.
You do not get to this point and think that you need to be forced with the I do.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's what's in here. And if you...
So now, my issue with this exchange is that the mother is focusing on you don't need to feel forced into an I do. This is a grown man who went to the altar dressed up in a tux and brought you all out here. The issue is not being forced. Who the F is forcing him? He's there of his own volition. And this is part of the reason that we need to open up our mouths, as uncomfortable as the conversations are. If we have a certain set of wisdom for those who are coming after us and those who are in relationship with us, if we have a certain level of wisdom that we can see a thing and they can't see it, Right now, he can't see how he's wasted everyone's time. And listen, I don't know what happened in the show. I don't know if because all of the other couples dropped out, whether or not the producers pressured him to go to the altar. However, to blindside her like that is cruel. To blindside her with, I know that I'm not ready, now it being posited as someone forcing him. Who forced him?
You're not 100% sure here. Don't ever cross that line.
I don't want to like bash him, y'all, because I love this man, but I just don't understand. I'm just never enough. Like, it's never.
You're always enough.
Okay, so now she is taking this to heart. If you have ever felt this way after rejection, you most likely have an anxious attachment style. It is about time for us to take our movement break, right? So the time has come. So I want everybody to, at this point, we're going to take a movement break, and then after the break, we're going to come back and we're going to play the rest of this video. I have a half-hour video. We've gotten through 7 minutes of it, so we're gonna have 3 more segments like this where we go over the video and I give you the lessons of love self-love that I have gathered from the video. If you have gone through a breakup where you felt like you weren't good enough, you weren't enough for the person wants somebody better than you most likely have an anxious attachment style. And I want you to do some research on that because it is not your fault. You know, people who have an avoidant attachment style, people who are anxious are drawn to them, and the people who are avoidant are drawn to the anxious people because the anxious people do the work to keep the relationship going. Two avoidants don't do the work and they just drift apart because each person is caring less than the other person. The avoidant attachment style person needs the anxious because the anxious is going to be the glue that's going to keep the relationship together. I want you to go and do some research on your own so that you can figure out what your attachment style is, and that can offer some guidance for you and how to show up in relationships. All right? So right now we're going to get some upbeat music. We're going to get some upbeat music on. Let's see. I don't want to take any chances. Let me go ahead and pull up something that what is this? Let's see. Nope, I don't want any. All right, so listen, what I want everybody to do is listen. All right, get up out of you and I keep bleeding. All right, listen. I don't know why I got you. All right, get up out your seat. You wanna take a piece of my heart again. We're going to go on a break. Cause I just don't know. Listen. Something in your eyes, the way I just want you to just get up and just move. We're gonna move together I'm gonna set my timer for 90 seconds. And it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you do something. So stretch. I want something a little faster beat than this. Faster than this. Come on. I feel like hold on. We tried too many times. Here we go. Okay, listen. All right, listen. All right, we only got 1 more minute left to just move. Hey.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma.
Okay.
Get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
All I
Comma
need
and
you
a
to
comma
do
and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
30 more seconds. Just bounce. Okay.
and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. Gotta get it, get it.
Whew. All right, all right. You know what? Here, listen. All right. All right. Listen. We coming back
I go
to
straight
some.
from the bank,
Hey.
gassing up the tank,
Hey.
cranking up the radio,
Hey.
waking old
Hey.
Hank, and
Hey.
ain't that
Hey.
long.
Listen. Come on. Yeah, come on. Come on. Hey. Hey. Hey.
I'm
Hey.
pulling up the
Hey.
truck, down at the dock. It's time to do some cruising, baby, get a little stuck. It's a Saturday,
All right.
you're right. Perfect Beast is the spot.
I don't care what nobody says. I like me some country music. Hey. All right. If there's ever a song that I play that you like, you can just always Shazam it, and you can get it that way. We're going to do the apples now. Whew. All right. So these are some apples that came in during the broadcast. What is this? Save on cat. I don't want that on here. Anyway, Q says looking bomb AF. Okay, so Q Jones thinks a girl is looking good. Thank you, Q, baby. All right, Christine sends $20 and says, for showing support when I can. Love your shows. Thank you so much, my darling. Thank you. Thank you. Claire sends $25 and says, love your content. Thank you, Claire Beer. Shantea says, hope you've enjoyed your Sunday. I'm enjoying it right now with you all. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so we are back and we're going to continue going through the Love is Blind. And I want you all to just really take a few moments to just realize that this is never about the people. It is always about you. We are not better than anybody. We are all learning our lessons in life. And it takes two to tango. In every relationship where there's a narc, there's a person who is allowing that narc to run rampant. And the reason why I do my videos is so that you can perhaps learn the lessons of self-love, so that when a person comes to you with some unacceptable behavior, that you nip it at the bud. I'm happy that you are moving. So I was saying, if there's ever a song that you like, just Shazam it and you can find the song. Because I saw Cookie Confidence said that they wanted to screen record the screen. You can always Shazam it. You can find the songs out there. So these are real songs. They're real songs. All right, so let's get back to this. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull the screen. Hold on. I gotta pull the screen over and pull this here. Gotta get the sound back up on this. Get this up. All right. All right. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. All right. Here we go. So there. So this is here, and I need this to come all the way down. All right. There we go. Not that far back down now. All right. There we go. All right. If you all are ready, I am ready. Oops. It's good. All right.
Him, y'all, because I love this man, but I just don't understand. I'm just never enough. Like, it's never.
You're always enough. The other person is never enough. The other person is not enough. Amber, you just haven't met your person yet. And unfortunately, we thought it was going to be Clay. And he fucked everyone over.
I want you to, this is part of the reason that I recorded this is because I just want you to see something real quick, right? She's crying into her hands, right? But pay attention to what we see right here. I don't want to play too much of this because I'm trying to get the thing up. This. What do we see? What we see is Auntie AD crying and talking about how she isn't enough. And who's watching? You know, one of the flaws that I see in some of the blogs that come out, right? One of the flaws that I see is that we're constantly talking about men and all the things that men are doing, etc. And we don't pay attention to this right here. We don't pay attention to the lessons that we learned from the women who came before us. What are the lessons that these girls are learning right now looking at AD? What are the lessons that they're learning? What are the conversations that they're hearing? What is it that is being cemented in their hearts and minds? And I was thinking about this the other day because I told you all this story about this father figure who was supposed to do something that I needed him to do. And he was always late, canceling appointments, and not showing up when he said that he would show up. And my father, on the other hand, if I tell my father that I need to be at the airport at 4:30 in the morning, my father is contacting me the night before to make sure I'm going to bed early enough. My father will sleep very light. If I tell my father I have to be at the airport at 4:30 a.m., my father will be at my place at 2 to make sure that I get to the airport at 2:30 so that I could be there 2 hours before. That's my father. The things that I learned growing up, my grandmother and the relationship that she had with the man that was the grandfather figure when I was a child. That relationship taught me some things because I was once a little girl like this, looking at the women who came before me. This is why I think it's very important the conversations that we're having in front of children, the example that we are showing to little girls. The conversations that I heard my grandmother having, I knew that when I grew up that I wanted something different. The reason why I bring up this story with this father figure is because the other day I thought about that situation. It came back to my mind and I thought about that situation and I was like, you know what? I got the right father for me to cultivate me in the ways that I needed to be cultivated. And some of the lessons that we learn are lessons of things that we want to emulate. And there are things that we learn for how we do not want to be. I once dated a man who was a very, very laid back man. He was so laid. I for some reason, I just love laid back men. I don't know why. I just love them, right? And this man's mother was a powerhouse. I don't know how she had such a laid back son, right? I don't know. However, this man's mother was a powerhouse, a person whom I respected very much. And I used to be like, and part of what kept me in that relationship longer was his mother, actually, because I was like, I love this woman, right? And as I got to know her more, I realized that this powerhouse woman produced such a laid back son. And my high school educated mother produced such a powerhouse woman. How? Why? There's a journey of our souls, and there are parents and contracts that we choose before we come into these lives. I got the right mother for me. If I would have had this powerhouse lawyer, jet setting, flying, wealthy mother, who would I have become? It was in me seeing my mother, who was high school educated, my grandmother, who could not read or write. It was in me seeing that and the relationship that existed between the man that was presented as my my fraternal grandfather person, right? Or maternal whoever. The person who was there at that time when I was young. That was the relationship I saw that helped me to understand that, so that when these men are on the internet talking about the good old days, I know. Oh, please listen. If your grandmother's day was the good old damn days that you want to emulate, put up a 1. If those are some times that you do not and would not ever want to emulate, put up a 0 right now in the chat. We are live, and that's one of the benefits of being live. So go ahead. Throw up a 0 if that's something that you would not want to emulate, but put up a 1 if it is. All right? So here, let me put on some background music while we listen, while we get...
Hell of a time, we're on the boat. We're killing time. In our own honky tonk with a bottle.
All right, let's see this.
We're going up.
Let's see the
We're
survey.
coming down.
Hey.
Cheers to feeling alright. It's a hell of a time.
Oh, I see a 0 coming in. Uh-oh. Oh.
Yeah,
uh-oh.
we're chilling out here.
Uh-oh.
Ladies in the rear.
Hey, I got my cowboy hat up top. Uh-oh.
Drinking Malibu Patron.
Okay.
Or a beer in
So I don't
cup.
see not 1-1. This is how we got here. This is how we got here. This is how we got here. So these little girls, I'm not condemning AD for expressing her emotions, because that may be what these little girls need. That may be what they need to see so that they make a different choice for themselves. Because I know it is what I saw that made me make a different choice for me. Oh my God, somebody put up 1,000 zeros. Lord have mercy. All right, let's continue forward. Uh-oh. I got to get my volume back up. I need more channels. That's what I need. I need more. You know what? I have a whole channel that's not being used. I am going, you know what? I don't know why I haven't got, I need to buy another channel. I need to buy another channel because I have a whole channel that's not being used, and I got an extra one that I can use. So nonetheless, so here, this is my last broadcast putting more than these on one channel. So here.
So you good?
I'm good. I think it's a lot of emotions going on.
Yeah, just breathe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're good.
It's just like,
But you know what though? Let all that stuff go.
Yeah. Because I feel good about my decision. Like I feel like I chose. I'm not ready to be married.
We're good.
So now he's making his excuses. This is Clay talking to his father. And Clay's mother is listening to them talk, and she's standing off on the side because Clay's mother was emotionally and psychologically abused in the relationship with his father.
Within whatever decision you decide to make. Yeah. And don't second guess yourself. At the end of the day, you got to do what makes Clay comfortable. Because if you do it for any other reason, you're not going to be happy. If you thought long and hard about this, guess what? That's the decision you live with.
Yep.
And I'm proud of you.
Yep.
Okay? It's maturity, man. And you're showing maturity.
Yep.
Come on, baby.
Yep.
Come on.
So in
You know
his
what I'm
point
saying,
of
right?
view, this is
100%.
maturity.
Okay, go ahead. I got you. All right. Now listen, man. Listen. Guess what? I love you when you were born. I love you today.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that's going to stay that way.
Yeah. Me and Edie have a great relationship, but it wasn't enough where I felt as though that this is the person I'm about to marry. Should I go talk to her?
All right. So I want you to pay attention to what he's saying, right? These men are constantly posited as if they are these leaders. But I want you to pay attention to what it is that they do when they have the opportunity to lead. He said that he said that they had a wonderful relationship, but he knew that that was not the woman that he wanted to marry. Remember when we talked about your entrance fee, right? Lauryn Hill said it quite eloquently many a decade ago. She said, you give it up so easy, you ain't even fooling him, right? That thing, right? So what I want you to pay attention to is I want you to pay attention to the fact that she gave so much in this union that for some inexperienced man, he's like, oh, well, if I can get this from her, imagine I could and I'm a bum right now, right? If I can get this as a bum, what will I get once I get my money up? What will I get once I do a few push-ups? They don't see the amazing gift that you have today. What they're doing is they are assessing. Do you all remember that video that I did, right? I'm going to pull up the video real quick. I wasn't planning on talking about this, but I'm going to pull it up right now because I feel is relevant. There was a video that I did of a bird, right? And this bird, let me search my videos, B-I-R-D. I didn't tag this with a bird in it? Come on, Tonya. So I'm going to have to just search real quick because I didn't put the word bird in the video. So come on, give me 1 second. It was a bird that was dancing. And the bird was dancing to, hold on. I'm trying, I can't see. Oh, my Lord. Give me 1 second, y'all. So how many of you all remember that video of the bird? It was dancing. It was backing that thing up, right? I have so many videos. I have so many videos. I can't believe I didn't put the word bird in it. Dang. When I get to this video, I'm gonna have to put the word bird in the doggone title because where is that damn video of the bird backing that thing up? What could I have possibly named that video? I remember the video was a few months ago. Sheesh. I can't believe I didn't put the word bird in the damn video title. What could I possibly have named this doggone video? What could I possibly have named it? I don't know why, because it was a bird, it was dancing, it was like it was like the bird was going off. Damn. I just wish I had the title bird in it. I don't know why I didn't have that in there. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Nonetheless. What could the title of this video be? Who remembers this video? God, what was the title of this video? The video it had backed that thing up in it, and it was like, oh, be strong, King. That's what it said. Be strong. Be strong. Oh my gosh. Why is it be strong is let me look up king. Here it is. Oh, it's stay strong king. That's what it is. All right. So here's the video.
Bam. Your teeth are
This
so white. The first time I used it, I was freaking.
You don't get no free advertisement on my damn platform. All right, here. This is the video. I want you all to pay attention to this, right? Tonya, you annoying me at this point right now. You really are. All right, so here. All right. So this is the video that I wanted you all to see. Just please pay attention to this video. So let me turn off the volume. I just want you to just get the gist of it. So this bird is shaking and bouncing, right? And the caption at the top says, "Stay strong, king." So it's backing that thing up, and the caption is like, "Stay strong, king. Don't pay attention at that, all that flapping going around in front of you. Stay strong, king." But this is the animal kingdom, not the black community. In the black community, the men posit as if they're the ones that are the prize, and that the woman is going to be shaking her thing in front of him like, right? The people who know what is the of the bird that is bouncing in front of the other bird, and why is that bird bouncing in front of the other bird? The people who know, I want you to comment below. That is the male bird. It is. Okay, so I want you all to pay attention to this, right? Right? Why did I bring this video up? Answer that question. Why did I show this video about the animal kingdom? Right? Why? When we were talking about AD and her showing up and giving all of these gifts and all of this stuff to him, right? I just put the word bird in the title because I ain't going through that again. Why did I bring that up? I brought it up because these men are assessing their mate value by the caliber of woman that they can get with what it is that they have. So in that video, that bird has all of the fancy colors and he's bouncing that thing in front of the female bird because he wants the female bird to choose him. Men are constantly talking about how they are the ones who choose, but no, they know that women choose. This is why they go and get all of the accoutrements. They get the job, the car, they work out, they smell good, they get a house, they get all of these things because they want a woman, they want the best woman that they can get for what it is that he has to offer, right? But along the way, he'll listen, reproductive success for a man is to spread his seed far and wide. However, when it's time for him to settle down, he is going to want to settle down when he has done his part to ensure that he gets the baddest mate that he could get for what it is that he's offering, right? Rachel, this isn't about AD. This is about you, and I implore you to see within yourself how you get on your own damn nerves, because this is about you and the relationship you have with yourself. You're not better than AD. For you to have the opinion that you do of AD, there's a relationship that you have to her behavior. You are tethered to her behavior. This is why it annoys you, because maybe you try hard not to be that. Who knows? Or maybe you have been that. Maybe you are that right now and you think that by being annoyed with her, that somehow shifts the focus off of you. But I'm here to say none of us are better than AD. We are all living and learning as we go along. But as I was saying, these men are going to assess how good of a mate how good of an attractive mate choice they are by the caliber of women who are choosing him where it is that he is at. This is why it behooves you not to give up of yourself to somebody who you know is not worth you. Don't give up yourself to this person. Like, especially if they're not where it is that they want to be, because they are going to judge you and assess how good of a catch you are and what it is that they can get. I want somebody to go ahead and put up the number 2, right? If you have ever dated a person, a man who you felt was hideous, and because you are such an amazing catch and you know you're such an amazing catch and you were dating this hideous person, put up the number 2 if once this hideous person bagged you, it got to their head and they were like, well, if I could get you, it would be this hideous. Damn it. I can get better than you. Put up the number 2 if this has happened to you. Put up a 0 if this has never happened to you. Anybody can vote, right? I want you to be honest with yourself, because I know I gave a person a chance many a moon ago. And this person cut the F up. I had to sit here and say, no, this man with bifocals did not play me out. The fuck? Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I gave you and your bifocals a chance, and this man, let me tell you. Okay, the votes are coming in. This man, his bifocals, you ever seen a person whose bifocals are so strong that when you're looking at them head on, the size of their head looks much slimmer in the glasses? This is how this man's head was. But I said, you know what? He's a nice guy. I gave the man a chance, him and his bifocals. And when all was said and done, I had to sit there and I was like, no, this man in these damn bifocals, I had to look at me, and then I looked at him, and I looked at me, and his face that was so slim. I couldn't believe it. And I said, you know what? I will never, not ever again, because he then was able to assess what he felt was his mate value by the fact that I gave him this chance. So no, 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 no. So I want you, right, to allow a male to dance before you with his feathers, put his offer on the table, and then assess where it is that you all line up and see whether or not that's the person for you. And unfortunately, you cannot do favors for them. You cannot give up yourself cheap to them. You can't, unfortunately. You can't. You can't. You can't.
Yeah, you can. You know, maybe you definitely don't want it to appear to be indifferent.
Marriage is a unity of self. It's a unity of finances. It's a business decision. You know, I think there's some stuff we should have built on.
I need to get this right because it is acting crazy. Testing. All right, hold on. I need to get this right. I don't know how it got back. Oh, it's that far here. Where is my blood cleat? Tonya, here. Where is it? It's. I can't find my thing. My background has gone. I'm gonna have to use this one now and then just do like I did, like the other one. Just make it large, but my other one is gone. I don't know what happened to it. All right. Okay. There we go. Let's get back into it. All right. There. So now he is justifying his behavior. I just want you to pay attention.
Different.
Marriage is a unity of self. It's a unity of finances. It's a business decision. I think there's some stuff we should have built on. A lot of the work that needed to be done was my emotional empathy side. I think the finances, I kind of looked at it, brushed it off. But finances is huge to me, and I don't really understand her finances like that. Because at the end of the day, eternity is forever. And if I'm going to be something forever, I want to be locked in 100%. I looked at myself in the mirror and said, am I a husband? And the answer was no.
All right. So you hear him now talking about how finances are important. Somebody came out and is spreading a rumor about how she had a sugar daddy and he didn't understand and all this other stuff. Well, AD needed to stay with her sugar daddy then. He's now talking about how finances are so important to him. They keep telling you they don't care about your degree. They don't care about your finances. And when I say they, I'm talking about men in the manosphere. I don't know if Clay is in the manosphere, but the loudest voices on the internet now are constantly talking about how they don't care about a woman's finances, but yet they need those finances for 50-50. They want those finances to help build up their business. The vast majority of men, black men, the vast majority of black men in the United States who are making over $100,000 are all married. I believe it's about 70% of either 70 or 80% of black men who are making above $80,000 are all married. They're making that money in union with their wives. They're not making the money on their own. Single black men who are making over $100,000, I believe the percent is about 13%, and the majority of the single black men who are making over $100,000 are gay. In order for men to make the types of money that they like to make, they make that in union with a woman.
Am I deeply in love? The answer was no. Those are two things. If you can't say yes to those answers, why are you getting married?
So now he's talking about how he needed to work on his empathy, his emotions. I want you to pay attention to how he's talking about he wasn't as deeply in love as he wanted to be. And this is why I'm glad that AD walked away and did not allow him to continue to play in her face. Listen.
AD. You okay?
Bizarre question to ask someone.
Yeah.
Rachel is saying, I've been supportive. Hold on, you speaking in the middle. I've been supportive of you for a while. Why are you so harsh and judgmental? So only you can have an opinion and degrade certain people, but when I state my opinion, you go off. Rachel, please understand, I don't know you. I don't know who it is that you are. When you go home at night, you look in the mirror and you know who you are. Right now, you are a name on a screen that came up when the video was playing. For people who want to enjoy my platform, the best way for you to enjoy it is to not take things personally. I don't know. Most of the people here I don't know. People on the text notification squad, some of you I know behind the scenes, but Rachel, I don't know you. I don't have anything against you. If I saw you and a face on the side of a can of paint or a face in a one of those empty frames, I wouldn't know the difference. So don't take it personally, okay? And if that's something that you're not able to get over, you can go ahead and leave the broadcast and just come back another day, because I don't know you. I said very clearly, I don't know if you're the person that said that you were annoyed by AD. When we're doing these videos, and I stated very clearly, this is not about the people in the videos. This is about the self-love lessons for us. That's the only way that you're going to get where it is that you need to be in this life. That's the only way. The only way is for you to realize that the things that you are annoyed by in other people, that you're tethered to that somehow. Get to the root of that. No one impresses me by talking about how dumb somebody else is, how annoying somebody else is. That doesn't impress me. Look at yourself and look and see what are the things that you can shift to make your life more abundant and more whole. That's it right there. That's it. And Jackie says, I love you. You're very powerful. Don't worry about people. You're very smart. Thank you. I appreciate that. And what it is that you're seeing in me, the power and stuff, you're tethered to that. That exists inside of you. There's something about me and the way that I speak and hold space that is tethered to you. And so look and cultivate that inside of yourself. Jackie, can I join you? Lord, my mercy. Listen, let's get back to the video. Let's get back to the video.
I'm sorry. Sorry, dude. It was a game time decision. Like, I thought about everything. And like, I really was fucking struggling with everything this whole time.
It's no world that exists where I don't understand that, Clay.
But I'm saying, like, it's irresponsible of me to say yes in this time when I'm not ready to give you 100%, and you wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want me saying yes and being half-assed with marriage. You wouldn't want that. And opposite, I'm not ready for that. And like, I'm feeling bad because I see you crying. It's hurting me. It was a game time decision for me. I want to reconsider everything. And it's just for me to say off a great 2 weeks, this is going to be my wife forever. I could not make that decision to you today. And it just breaks my heart seeing you like this because I love you. I really do. It's like me saying no was not to you, AD. Like, I'm not ready. And that's hard for me to look at myself in the mirror and say that shit. You are a perfect girl. I've grown with you. Like, it's hard for me to look at myself in the mirror like, I can't be right now. I'm not a husband right now. I'm not rejecting you. And it almost feels like that I am, you know?
Yeah, it does.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Can I get a hug?
So now he's apologizing. He wants a damn hug.
I'm sorry.
I just want you to see how he's holding this woman. This is sad. Peter Pan syndrome. You know, menopause is a blessing for women. And it's unfortunate that men don't have the privilege, the blessing of menopause, because a finite amount of time to produce children gives you a certain level of appreciation for union, appreciation for time, appreciation for participating in this activity in a time span, right? Because men never get that cutoff, because there's a genetic flaw that exists inside of men where long past the point that their sperm degrades, that they don't get the testosterone pumping, that they are not at their genetic peak anymore, they're still able to produce children. They're still able to fertilize children with inferior genetic material, degraded genetic material. If you think that what I'm saying is cruel or a lie or harsh or whatnot, call any sperm bank, any IVF clinic, and see what are the ages that they take sperm from men. In these sitcoms not talk shows, but in these sitcoms, they portray as if grown adult men are giving sperm. If a special shout out to the person who knows, because I'm sure some of you have done IVF. What is the age span that they accept sperm from men in these sperm banks and IVF clinics? I'm not talking about your partner. I'm talking about a donation. What is the age? You can Google it now if you want, but there's somebody out there who knows. Are they taking sperm from 50-year-old men? Are they taking sperm from 40-year-old men? Are they even taking sperm from 30-year-old men? I'm waiting for the comments to catch up with where it is that I am. Oh, I didn't put on my thing. Let me put my time up. We'll put it at 15 minutes, right? And the data shows that the autism that exists in children comes from men, from male advanced aged genetic material. I don't know how to come on, give me some ages. You all don't know? They're taking sperm from men who are 18 to 25. This is what I saw. 27 at some places. But no, they're not taking sperm from no 39-year-old man. They're not taking sperm from 35-year-old unless there's some special clinics out there. But they want men at their peak in their 20s to donate sperm. They listen, BK is saying, I love me some AD. Clay is dumb. Listen, it is not about AD and it is not about Clay. It is about you. Look at yourself. They're not taking sperm from 40-year-old men. Do I need to look this up live for you? I thought you all would know this. They're taking sperm from men in their 20s max. After that, thank you, 18 to 25. After that, once the genetic material begins to degrade and listen, half of all infertility cases are because of the man. Half. Lord have mercy. I can't. Let me go back to the video. Now you all are talking some stuff down there. Let's go. Oh, this is not supposed to be on the screen.
What am I supposed to do now?
You know what I'm supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do? You think I'm leaving?
So now she's like, what am I supposed to do now? And he's like, you think I'm leaving? Look at him. He's all up in her face trying to convince her to stay with him. Why? Because it feels good to be in the relationship. He's like, he's not. When he was by himself by the fence, did you hear how haughty and cocky he was? Did you hear how haughty? Oh, it's about fine. Like, I made the right decision. I can't say that I'm in. Why isn't he telling her that to her face? I'm just not as in love with you as I would like to be. He wasn't saying that right now to her face. He's saying that in the cameras, being all haughty and cocky.
He supposed to do. I guess you gotta run away from it.
So he's kissing her. He wants to keep her.
It's breaking my heart.
That was just a fucking lot.
It was a lot. But again, I'm telling you, like, I'm gonna put the work in. I'm gonna go to therapy, all that stuff I said, you know.
So they want you to hold up their back, hold them up while they're going to therapy and becoming a better person. I guess he didn't realize he needed therapy before he came on the show.
Part of what he is struggling with, he struggles with a marriage.
With commitment. Okay.
With a marriage.
Okay.
It's a sacred. Do you honor? He struggles with that. And all of those emotions.
So right now, so that scene, I cut to this scene right here with Clay's mother and father talking. And I want you to hear this conversation. This conversation is so important. Listen.
And twisted on feelings, he took that to the altar. And a lot of that stems from things that you have to explain and then apologize. Don't make excuses, just apologize so that closure can be had. But the marriage thing, the commitment.
Look at his father's face while she's talking to him. He looks like, I know I effed up. I know I wasn't the best, but he looks like he doesn't want to be called out on it.
He struggles with that. He's like, I know you stayed, Mom, but there's things that I saw that I should not have saw or been in a position, you know, and kids, when they grow up and they see things, it's like, you know.
So now basically what she's talking about is the fact that the father used to take Clay and I believe some other kids for his rendezvous where he was cheating on the mother. Clay had to witness this psychological torture and abuse as a child. And so now the father wants to sit up here crying on the wedding day because his son has this fear of commitment. Why is it that we are not talking to our peoples about getting therapy? There was a person who was lambasting me earlier today, and the person started trying to make it seem as if therapy was a bad thing. We in our community, we have to stop talking about therapy as if only people who got something wrong with them go to therapy. Therapy Therapy is the responsible thing to do for most of us so that we can understand ourselves psychologically and go out there into the world whole. Somebody needed to tell that young man to get therapy long before going on this damn show.
You know, is marriage for real? Or is marriage something that you get into and you lie and you deceive? And he took a lot of that to the altar with his decision.
And here's the thing too, Rita.
Listen.
I didn't necessarily have the best role models in my life.
I know.
So now he's talking about how he didn't have the best role models. You got one foot in the damn grave. The hell? You still talking about some damn role models? At what point do we take personal responsibility? This is what I'm saying. It's not about all of these other people. It's about us. What is it that you're going to do to take responsibility for how it is that you're showing up? What are you going to do?
You know, I can't ever remember my father ever being a part of my life. And
listen, I've always told you I forgave her. But there are things that had came out in the end that I did not know about until this experience. I was hurt. Again, I'm divorced from you, but things that he shared with me that I did not know. So that's why I'm saying he took a lot on his back. And although we came from broken families, that doesn't mean that we have to pass on that brokenness to our kids.
absolutely, you stop the bleeding, stop the cycle.
Right. Your past and things that you witness is part of your DNA, it's part of your inside. And if you don't get freaking help, you bring that shit into the next thing. So the fact that he did this process, he wants to be in a long-term relationship. He wants that.
Tell me somebody like you.
Huh?
I met you, tell me somebody like you.
So hold on. I need you all to pay attention to this part right here. So the woman is talking about how the son suffered psychologically from seeing the father out on these escapades when the son was a boy, right? And then do you hear what he says? He needs someone like you. Listen.
And if you don't get freaking help, you bring that shit into the next thing. So the fact that he did this process, he wants to be in a long-term relationship. He wants that.
Tell me somebody like you.
Look, I want you to see his face as he says it. It's like he feels he's clever. He needs someone like you. It's like he's not getting it. This is what I'm saying. Go to therapy. Everybody who's watching this, none of us escaped from childhood unscathed. Go to therapy. He's talking about he needs someone who put up with the shit that I put you through. He needs someone like you who will put up with his shit. Listen to what he's saying. He's like, I met you. So why can't he find a woman like you? Listen.
Huh?
I met you, tell me somebody like his mom.
Yeah, but...
And then she's like, you see her face? She's like, wait, what? She's like, what? Listen to what it is that she's about to say right now here.
You met me, but you wasn't good to me.
And now look at his face. She's like, you met me, but you weren't good to me. Understand that this life is your own. You have to set up the boundaries for what is right for you. I told you all in the beginning of this broadcast that I changed all of my phone numbers. And guess what? There are a lot of people who are upset and offended that I changed my phone numbers, right? I have set a very clear boundary. My phone doesn't ring. I'm not getting text messages all throughout the day. I don't have nobody coming to me telling me about their problems. I don't have any of that, right? None of that. I have silence, I have peace, I have quiet, and every once in a while, I'll speak with a person who will brainstorm with me in ways that we can grow bigger as businesses, right? That's it. That's it. I don't have no gossip. I don't have nobody inviting me out to go. I am concentrating on myself, and I've set a very clear boundary. And there are people who are upset with the boundary that I set. Oh, I'm going to expose you. I'm going to let everybody know what type of person you are. Good. Let them motherfucking know. I don't know if the person is watching this video right now, but I'll tell you this. Let them know. Run, go tell that Tonya sets very firm boundaries, and I don't give off. I don't care. Listen, my peace. The only people who are allowed within my sphere, no matter how nice you were before, no matter how whatever, there are only certain people who I am assured that in communicate with you, that it will be peaceful. I wake up in the morning, when I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunshine hits my eyes. I get up and I do my meditation. I do the things that I need to do for my health. I work out. I work. I am doing my routine. I am focusing on my goals. Did you all notice that I've been saying I wanted to be a public speaker for years? When I changed my phone number, things got very quiet behind the scenes, and in the silence came the answers, right? So I want you all to please, please take from my example and put yourself first. There's going to be a lot of people, especially if you're a woman, who feel entitled to your time, your space, your energy, so that if you don't give it up to them, they're upset with you, right? So now she deals the death blow to him. You got me, but you weren't good to me. This is why, ladies, you have got to set your boundaries so that if a person is not good to you, you have got to nip that in the damn bud. Nip it in the bud. Men are constantly talking about how they want women to help them be better and all of this other stuff, right? But they don't want to do the effing work to get better. And telling people the damn truth about their mother effing selves and setting firm boundaries and leaving them in the gutter in which they lay is sometimes the truth that they need to get the hell up off their ass, because maybe like me, maybe they need some effing silence around them. Maybe that's what they need. Maybe they need everyone to give them some damn silence so that they can finally look in the effing mirror. So that they can finally look in the effing mirror, maybe have that dark night of the soul and start making some real changes in their doggone lives. You know, I'm going to say this, right? There have been many people who have said that they're going to try to expose me. Now, you see, you can only expose inconsistencies. You can only expose hypocrisy. But what it is that you see is what you get with me. I want this person, please. Expose, please. So that people can see. So that people can see what it looks like when someone puts themselves first. I make no excuses and no apologies. I come first in my life. I don't care. I don't care. So nonetheless, it is time for us to do our movement break. And then we're going to come and get through the last half of this video here. So listen, when I wake up in the morning, love, listen, we're going to finish up our song, Hell of a Time. Listen, where's my country song? Come on.
In our own honky tonk, beneath the big blue sky, we live it up.
Come on, get up out your seat.
Here's the feeling, alright, it's a hell of a
Come on, come on. Let me get, listen, I love this. I love this song for some reason. I love this song. Here, come on. We got a minute and a half that we need to just move. Come on. Come on. Listen. Come on. Hey.
I'm pulling up the truck down at the dock. It's time to do some cruising, baby. Get a little stuck. It's a Saturday joy.
Come on. Come on.
Is the spot.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
We're on a boat.
Ooh, come on, do the two-step with me.
Drinking Tennessee whiskey
Ooh,
and
come
big
on.
blue sky. We're
Hey.
going up.
Hey.
We're coming
Hey.
down.
Hey.
There's a party on the
Hey.
water. It's a hell of a time. We're on
Come
the
on.
boat. We're killing
Hey.
time.
Hey.
In our own
Come on, honey.
honky-tonk
We
with
got
a
49 more
bottle of wine.
seconds.
We're going up.
Ooh.
We're coming down. Cheers to feeling alright. It's a
Hey.
hell of a time.
Hey. Oh. Come on. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we're chilling out here. Ladies in the beer. Feet in the water. Top disappears. Drinking Malibu Patron.
We got 25 more seconds. Come on. Listen.
We all get to dance and I get to chancing. Kissing that country girl.
Hey.
Romancing a whole lot of love. Bumping out of the bar. Yeah, we're
Next
on
one
the
second.
boat.
Hey.
We're feeling fine.
Hey.
Drinking Tennessee
Hey.
whiskey, a big blue
Hey.
sky. We're going
I'll see you
up.
all back in a minute and a half.
Here's the feeling, alright. It's a hell of a time.
The codes will be on the screen for you to send to a cash app. And I'll read them on here in just a moment.
Beneath the big blue sky, we live it up. We got it down. Here's the feeling, alright. It's a hell of a time. I'm falling for a small town girl. So kiss me, darling. Rock my world. Rock my world. Rock.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Lit check, been a minute, let me hit the homies in a group text. 10 years, same team. True vest. Got a couple trophies, but no chains on the neck. No. Got a couple Cardis, we don't flood with baguettes. It's a very small world, so my hand holds. Wake up, make the money, that's a man's role. Loyalty and love is what I stand for. Can't forget about trust, but first, please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. It's the weekend, we've been working. I'll be posted, fireside. Yeah, bring my boys in, bring your girls in. We'll be posted up all night. Yeah, limited edition, not the regular one. We shut down the city like when presidents come. I am not a rookie, I'm a veteran, bro. Promise I'ma take it easy later on.
Come on. Oh.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? Just been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun.
All right. I hope you all were moving during the break because that's what it's all about. Get up out of your seat. You've got to stay moving. Listen, I know that I'm not doing TikTok-worthy dances up here. I know that sometimes I look like a fool. I understand that. It doesn't matter. Just move. Whether you look dumb or not, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you get up and that you get the blood pumping, that you get it flowing. That's all that matters. And look, it gives you a nice glistening glow, too. All right, so let's go ahead and read some of the apples that have come in. Whew. All right. So Kelly sends in $1.99. Why is this here? Let me take this off the screen real quick because I don't understand. I don't want that on my screen. I don't want that. Okay, finally. Get the heck off my screen. It's still there. Oh my gosh, I don't want that. How do I tell this thing I don't want it? I don't want that. I don't want whatever service you're offering. It's still there. I want to get that thing away. Ugh, it's not going away. All right, so Kelly sends $1.99 and says, contributing to the broadcast with a thumbs up. Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you. Green Vegan sends 444 and says not for the honky tonk dance. Not for the honky tonk dance. Oh my gracious. Okay. All right, let's see. Chill Vibe sends $5. It says for the dancing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Oh, look, there's a personalized note. Ooh. Wow. 444 says, thanks for this message. Wow, isn't that pretty? Wow. I don't know how I almost missed that. That was so beautiful. Thank you. That brightened my day. Thank you. All right, we are back, and today we're talking about Love is Blind Season 6, and we're just going over the relationship between Clay and AD, a complete breakdown. Like I said, we're going to be here for about an hour and a half. I'm sorry, for about 3 hours. We're about halfway through. I'm setting the timer for 30 minutes. There we go. And you can see that over my shoulder. And we're going to be taking our next dance break in about, well, not dance, just any type of movement. You can stretch, you can jump in the air, you can do whatever it is that you want to do, as long as you're moving. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. All right, so let's get back into this video of Clay's father talking to his mother, right?
We won't talk about that anymore. Okay.
Look, I want you to see him contemplating his whole life. This is after she told him, look at the way he looks. Look at him. He's like, wow, I thought I had fooled her for all of this time. Oh, Bridget was doing the butterfly? I like that. He was like, I thought I was fooling her all this time, but now look at how I'm looking. You know, I hurt the people around me. I messed up my son. And he's looking like he has all of these regrets because a person like him, who is really going to love him when he's old and in the nursing home? Who is really going to come and really hammer it out for him, like really be there in the toughest of times? He's on his own. I don't know about him particularly, but that type. The Rolling Stone type gathers no moss, and the moss is what actually provides nice cushion for us. Cushion and moisture.
piece of shit. I'm so sorry. I felt like a piece of shit. I really do.
So I want you to see her. I'm a hypnotherapist, right? I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. Right now, she's in a state of hypnosis. Oh, when you experience a tremendous amount of overwhelm, like when you're in a car accident or something traumatic happens, you can automatically enter into a state of hypnosis where you are super suggestible. Everything around is just happening in a blur. This woman right here is in trance. I know that look. Izzy is so late. Come on, girl. You're on the tech squad. You should be here on time, right? This woman she's just there in this moment. She's experienced a trauma, the likes of which most of us will never know. And I have to be honest, a part of this could have been avoided if she paid attention to what it is that he was not only saying, but showing. And I understand that we are optimistic and we want to hope for the best in all of this. And we never know how something is going to turn out unless we try. So I give her kudos for trying. However, what is the cost of trying? Is your tremendous amount of pain? Are you scarred for life? You have to understand that there is a cost for these lessons in the school of hard knocks. And I'm happy that she gave it a chance, that she did everything, because we live in a very male-centered, male-focused world where we are constantly trying to pretend as if the person who cares the most is the weakest, right? It takes a tremendous amount of strength to be vulnerable. However, you also have to love yourself enough to honor yourself and protect yourself from unnecessary harm. That's the nicest way that I can say it. C-Dub is saying, how about she could just be in shock? Yes, the same thing. Same thing. When you're in a state of shock, you're in hypnosis. It's not when you're driving and you're very relaxed. And have you ever been driving and you're just in deep thought and you miss your stop? You're in a state of hypnosis. Hypnosis is not anything bad. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. There's a lot of healing that happens in that state where you are in trance. I'm looking at this woman. I'm looking at her and I see that she's in trance right now. She is going through the motions, and he's like, can I get a hug? And he's talking to her and all of this, but she's not there. She is somewhere else. She's probably someplace in her mind where she has become numb to the tremendous amount of pain that is existing outside of her. Yeah, C-Dub, listen, people think of hypnosis as this stuff that happens at these shows where you bark like a dog and all this other stuff. No, hypnotherapy is the use of hypnosis for therapeutic reasons. And when a person is in that state, they are highly suggestible, right? So right now, if I went to AD and I was like, come on, AD, because remember, AD looked and she was like, she looked out to the audience and she was like, please, somebody save me. That's what her eyes, she was like, she wanted somebody to get her off of that stage. If I came to her and was like, let's get out of here, and just started running and grabbed her hand, she would probably run with me because she's just in a sort of autopilot right now. Anyway, let's keep going forward.
I did my best.
You did?
I did my fucking best.
You did. Do you think it wasn't good enough? No. So everything I'm saying is not resonating too hard.
It's hard. It's hard to make, like what you say and what I feel.
Come together.
Yeah.
I just feel like I learned so much about myself, Adri, and it kind of got scary.
So now he's saying, I learned so much about myself and it kind of got scary. So she helped elevate him to a new level. Like women, we are gods. And we are these men's gods. This is why they're constantly putting us on pedestals, talking about how we should never let any man touch us, because deep inside their hearts, they know. They know, deep in their hearts, they know that they do not deserve to have intercourse with us. They know that they do not deserve far too, like the ones who believe who believe the things that they're saying on the internet about how men are chewed up Cheetos and all this other stuff. They know deep in their hearts, or this is how they feel. I'm not saying that they know, but this is how they feel. They feel that they're not good enough. This is why it's very important for you to pay attention to whether or not the man has achieved a certain level of success, right? Whether or not he has gotten to a certain place in his life where he is comfortable with who it is that he is as a man. How much does he love himself? Because when a man doesn't love himself, he wreaks havoc, because he cannot accept the love that you're giving, because deep inside his belief, something's wrong with you for giving love to something that is so flawed and so damaged and so broken and undeserving, unworthy of that love. I once dated a man who I thought had healthy esteem. It was a defense mechanism. And this man was so cruel to himself inside of his mind. He was the way he criticized himself. Now, a person who loves themselves, right? A person who lives inside of their own body, when they speak to themselves cruelly, how will they talk to you eventually once they begin to quote unquote love you the way they love them damn selves, with the lack of self-love? This is what I'm talking about. And when this man began to criticize me, it took me a long time to understand that this is the way this man talks inside of his own head to himself. And I had a very close friend who used to tell me horrible things about my business projects. And I realized that part of the reason that she had not reached the level of success that she wanted to reach was because she attacked and sabotaged her own business prospects. This is why I changed my effing number, and why only certain people are getting through the barrier. Only certain people. And the people who are getting through the barrier are people who have achieved a certain level of peace, inner peace, and comfort with where it is that they are in life. Nobody is getting through who is chronically unsuccessful. I said it, and I don't care. I said it. People who are chronically unsuccessful, there are things that they're doing, and there's a place that they are in their life that you, at this tender spot where it is that I'm at, I can't have that near me right now. When I'm a little bit stronger and cemented with where it is that I'm going and following my dreams, I could have a wide array of people near me. But one of the things that I have found is that people who are struggling with success, who were near me, they advised me from the place that they were at. In my time of weakness, when I would come to them, they would advise me from where it is that they were at. And unfortunately, I find that people at this advanced age and stage of life, like people who are in their upper 30s, 40s, and beyond, especially, like if you in your 60s and you're still struggling to make ends meet, there's some issues that are going on. Like if you're impoverished and you're in a state of zen and this is deliberate and on purpose, but no, listen, pyramid schemes are so alluring. That's how they work on people. Nonetheless, let's keep going. I've already said too much. I've already said enough on that.
You know,
I think my thing is like,
I should have said it.
that, like, I feel kind of like a sacrifice. Like, you learned so much about yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
So now she's telling him, I feel like I was a sacrifice. And she was. She laid herself at the altar of his feet to prop him up. And he's saying, I learned so much about myself. I became all of these amazing things in relation to you.
I get that.
you used me to, like, do it.
And she's like, you used me to build yourself up. And look at his face when she says that. Look at him. He's like, man, you know.
Can't believe it.
She's cried her eyelashes off. She's cried her eyebrows off. And he's walking away from her and he turns back around. Look, he turns back around tortured. Look, like he wants to be there and not want to, he's in conflict. And I really do hope and pray that he has gone into and done the work in therapy, like for real, to help him get over his inner hurdles. CW is saying, unfortunately, she made him a better man for the next woman. This is true. This is true.
I just keep feeling like I keep getting so fucking close. And I keep, like, doing so much for these men.
Listen to what it is that she's saying. I keep doing so much for these men. This is what I'm saying. We are their gods. They are using us to make themselves better. They're using us to prop themselves up, to increase their net worth, to increase their desirability, to dress better, to eat better, to learn better music, to learn better saving skills, to learn better, all of this stuff. They are ill-equipped. Am I talking about all men? No, but for some reason, the vast majority of men that I seem to come into contact with criticisms about my channel, even intelligent men, seem to not understand that I'm talking about a certain sector. I find this very annoying, very annoying. How can I can't talk about all men? The fuck? And Uzuri is saying, I don't think he was honestly attracted to her like that. Attraction really doesn't even really mean anything. It really doesn't. At the end of the day, attraction is novel when it's new. All right. How is it that these men are treating the women that they claim to be oh so attracted to? This is what I'm saying. It's about the person on the inside. I understand that there are some other channels who are talking about this as well, but what good does a woman's attraction level get her with any of these types of men? What does it do? Is he miraculously a healed person? No matter how hard a person tries to be something different, they are who it is that they are until they do the work to change. So even if she were his exact type down to the T, okay, he could have married her at the altar, and then what would have happened? Is he a healed person? Is he a better man? Come on.
and carrying these fucking relationships, and like it's just not fucking enough. And I don't know what to do.
So she is tortured. I want you to see her face. Look at her. You can see that she's in a tremendous amount of pain. She's talking about how this has happened in multiple relationships. Listen, we're going to have to try something different. Honestly, we have to try something different because this apparently is not working. Share this video, share it in your WhatsApp group, share it to somebody share it on LinkedIn, share it to somebody on your Instagram page, share it in email, share it in your text message group so that they can see this video and you can discuss it with them. Because this is a conversation that needs to be had. As you see, she's a chocolatey woman. Her body is to die for. She has a perfect shape, right? And we know that the data shows that when it comes to Black men marrying women that are considered Black, that the lighter complected ones are the ones who get married first. But how are they treated? Are they treated any better? That's the question that I want you to ask. What great treatment did this other woman get from him, especially these men who are avoidant? What spectacular treatment did she get past the infatuation stage? What did she get? You can answer that question.
Really? Like it's just not enough.
I'm sorry. I'm like,
I feel the pain in her voice.
I love him, I really do. I'm really sad that I wasn't enough for him to like get right.
And so there is her flaw in reasoning. She says that I wasn't enough for him to get right. And I implore, AD, please look into attachment styles. Please. Look and see, because you have an anxious attachment style. And it's not about you not being enough for somebody to get right. People have to get right for themselves.
I can't drag him. I can't force him, and I'm not gonna fucking beg him to fucking pick me. I'm done.
So I wanted you all to see, I don't know why these are out of order, but I just wanted you to see the body that this woman has as she's walking. I just want you to see amazing shape. Like she didn't come to play. Look, I just want you to see she's just magnificent. Magnificent. And I just want you to remember Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. Like, look at this body. Look at this body. Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. Like good looks. Okay, so he's attracted to you for the novelty of it. This is what I'm saying. Men who have an avoidant attachment style are constantly looking for a woman that he says is his quote unquote type. And then once he gets the woman who's quote unquote his type, then he finds something else that's the matter with her. Like these men who have the avoidant attachment style are never pleased. They keep finding reasons why the person is really not the real one.
That doesn't make you any less.
All right, then I was skipping around. So I wanted to show this to you all because I thought that this was important. So they had gotten T-shirts because by the end of this season, there were only two couples that were going to the altar: Clay and this dude right here, the white guy who actually went through with his wedding, right? So I want you to see the look on Clay's face as he is cosplaying the bachelor who is getting married. They're holding up sweatshirts that are for the groom. You see, he's so happy. Look, because it feels good to enter into this rite of passage. It feels good to be in these relationships. It feels good to get the kudos and the accolades of this milestone without actually having to commit to actually being deserving of that. So look, he's so happy.
I'm really happy that it's me and you though, man. So what the girls doing?
So as you see, this is their bachelor party, and Clay is like, I'm really happy that it's me and you that made it to the end. So he wants to celebrate. He wants to have this really good time with the boys and the fellas and him having made it to the final round.
I saw AD, she has some shaking ass pants, so I feel like so does Amy. Who knows where they at?
So men who get to a certain stage in their lives and they get women, they are in a new club. This is why men who are married, they get promoted more, they get paid more money because they're in a club. Marriage and women, we settle men, we help them live longer, we help them live more responsibly, and other men recognize that when a woman chooses you to be husband and you turn into a husband, that you're cut from a different cloth. So now here he is talking about the ladies. All of the fellas are talking about their ladies now because now he's inducted into this club, if only for a moment.
I was like, I don't want to leave right now. I know, I want to see you put that on. I really can't wait. We're in a very good space. Like, the sex has been good. Like, the chemistry has been good. Like,
so I want you to pay attention. He's talking about all of the amazing things that are happening in a relationship. The sex is good. The chemistry is good. All of this stuff is great that he's benefiting from and enjoying.
You know, in terms of her just coming into my space and, like, just being comfortable, that's been perfect. It's just, like, best friend vibes. Like, we just love each other. She really sees me for, like, who I am as a person and, like, validates that. And, like, she's willing to, like, go to bat for that, you know? Like,
I want you to pay attention to how he talks about her. All of the benefits that he's receiving. Oh, she's willing to go to bat for me. She validates me as a person. All of this other stuff and the ways that he benefits from being in this relationship with her.
She's willing to, like, fight for me and, like, keep this relationship going. Because I'm a lot to deal with. Even y'all being my friend.
She's willing to fight for me to keep this relationship going.
I'm a lot to handle and be around with on a daily basis. Anybody that's willing to fight for me, I'm going to fight for them as well. So, to me, it's like I'll go to war with AD because she's willing to go to war with me. I do love AD, and to me, to love someone is a big deal. Even though I have a lot of my flaws, I never had a woman be comfortable with my flaws, and I cherish that fully. I can tell she really loves me. Okay, I can tell. Everybody got their own ideas of what they want with marriage. You know, I want to be the best father. I want to be the best husband. I feel like she deserves the best. You know, going through this with you, just been seeing growth. You know what I'm saying? It's the process is actually working out the way it's supposed to. With me and AD working out, like when the wedding day comes, we could do that for the long haul. I'm grateful that I was able to look at myself and challenge myself and be better every single day. Well, I'm able to see myself as, wow, I can get married. It's wild. It's really wild, man. Just me and you, like, that's crazy. I don't even have words to say, like, my emotions and, like, how I feel towards this moment. Cheers to us being the last two, though, honestly, John. I wouldn't have any other way. I wouldn't have any other way either, man.
So I want you to pay attention to this part. He's like, I wouldn't have it any other way but for us to be here at the final part. And he's just going on, just relishing in the camaraderie that exists between the fellas and him and this man the strawberry blonde dude who did get married.
And it's probably what's meant to be, you know? Like, you know, I think that we've changed so much through this process, and we really dove in the experiment and, like, gave it our all and, like, really see
harder our sleeve. I dove 100% into it. That's it. I was never, like, iffy or, oh, whatever, like.
Give it 100%, and I like that. I mean, I do want to fight for AD. Like, I can see myself married to AD, you know? Cheers to AD and Amy.
So I just want you to listen to how it is that he sounds. I'm going to show you his face real quick because he looks like he's not sure about what it is that he's saying. Like he's trying to convince himself. Look. He's like trying to convince himself. Oh, wait, you can't see his face. Hold on. Let me move this way. Look, do you see his face? He's like, yeah, I see my, he's like, he's trying to convince himself. This is sad. Oh, you can't, no one can hear. My bad.
Was getting out of my own way.
All right, so now we're going to get into the reunion, right? But it is time for us to take our next movement break. And then we're going to listen to the reunion footage, right? Exactly. Me, I. All of, but you know what? This is so very typical with men. They don't see you as something for them to help make better. They see you as something to make their lives better. He did seem very, very unsure. All right, let me see what we have here in terms of music. All right, listen. All right, get up out your seat. Get up out your seat. All right. I hope this is not going to be some BS. Let's listen. All right, listen. It doesn't, look, all that matters is movement. Something different. Let's see what this is. No, this is lo-fi. Let me find something here. Let's see. What's this? What's that?
Nos vamos a quemar. Me llamas en la disco en la semana como tú lo mueves, baby.
Here. You know we could. Okay, listen. Hey, listen. I want you to imagine that you at one of those old parties in the 1970s with some reggae, and you see a man across the way or a woman across the way with her little 70s outfit on. And I want you to just rock steady with me. Our time has stopped, but we're just gonna girl. Big turn for the girl. Hey, turn, 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 turn. Hey. All right. So, Doobie wants to support my belly. Yes, support my belly. Why not? Listen, support the belly. Hey, here we support the belly. Why not? Support the belly. All right, let me read the apple that has come in. Whew. Hodan sends in $2. You didn't leave a message with it. However, I appreciate the two. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's get back to the video. I'm sweating. That's what I am. I'm sweating. Thank you. I appreciate the love. Thank you. C-Dub is churning and shoulder rolling. That's fun. That's fun. I'm glad to hear that. All right, so let's get back to the video. I'm glad that you all take the dance break seriously and just get up out of your seats. Let's put 30 minutes back on the clock. Hopefully we'll be done with the video by then because this is our last half hour here. So let's go. Let's speed through the video. Whew. Whew. Okay. So this is the reunion. For those of you who know AD, her dress was gorgeous. Body was fire. She did not allow him to take her into obesity or thinness. She just allowed herself to just continue to glow up, right? So here. Let's listen. These are the parts that I recorded from the reunion because I wanted you all to hear these parts.
I had a battle with like the morality of like, am I a good person, am I a bad person? And AD always like navigated me. She always made sure that she uplifted me and made me feel like the best person. But I couldn't get out my own way. I just kept looking.
So somebody got in AD's ear, right? I want you to see, while he's saying this, I want you to see the look that she has on her face. I can't do the audio and the video at the same time, so just look at her face. He's talking about how she made him a better person and all this other stuff. And she rolls her eyes, of course. She's over it at this point. She's over it. We got Florida in the house. Hey, baby girl. All right, let's continue going forward.
I couldn't get out my own way. I just kept looking myself in the mirror. I'm like, I'm not the guy that deserves like love and marriage. And, you know.
Remember we were talking about self-love earlier? He's talking about his own lack of self-love. He says that he feels that he's the guy that just doesn't deserve love and marriage and all of these things. He had low self-esteem. This is what I'm saying. You have to talk to these people and see how they really feel about themselves outside of the egoic talk, outside of them ego tripping, but really, really, really looking and seeing how they treat themselves, how they value themselves, whether or not they really, truly love themselves. Because a man who doesn't love himself is going to wreak havoc in your life.
You know, AD really seen me through. She's honestly loving my life. And I'll tell you,
so now he's talking about how she's the love of his life. And look at her face. Look. You see her face? She's just like, she's over it.
I did make a mistake, you know, going to the altar and saying no. But, you know, it's like one of the things that you just kind of go through and live through, you know, and I'm humbled to watch myself and see that there was different things that I didn't do well. And, you know, I'm definitely taking the work. I've been doing therapy to be a better person, you know, because I do think that, you know, it was a big letdown, and I apologize. I love you. You are the love of my life, and it was a mistake.
So now he's talking about how it was a mistake to leave her at the altar. Look at other people's faces. Gigi is on here pregnant. That was a whole hot mess of a show itself, but here we go.
Edie, that was like a roller coaster of emotions. I'm watching you go from like, oh, here we go to, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What are you feeling hearing Clay say all of these things?
It just takes me right back to day one of falling for him and knowing that I could be everything that he needed and knowing that, like, there's nothing more that I could have done. And then to hear him say it was a mistake is like, what am I supposed to do with that information?
Do you think you would ever date him again?
So now the woman is asking if she would ever date him again. Look at her face. Listen, she says she loved this man. He's saying he did the work and he's gone to therapy and all this other stuff. You know, I believe in second chances, so I'm not going to fault her for giving a person who says I have done the work to change. You know, I'm a big proponent for therapy. You know, I'm a big proponent for the actions of change. As a certified clinical hypnotherapist, I know that people can change. I am a life coach and I work with people to create change in their lives. So I know that people can change. So if he has put in the work, shown the actions, and dedicated himself, because it's been a year from when the show ended till now, I'm happy that she didn't stay in relationship with him because she loved herself. I don't even know. I don't know if she did it from self-love, but we have to love ourselves enough to separate ourselves from people who are playing in our faces. And she's going to say something to that effect in a little while.
Next question.
Clay, would you ever date her again?
So you all are talking about people who are commenting. I've already taken somebody's comments off of the screen so that they're not seen in the live broadcast. However, their comments are used to boost. This is why you have to like the video, share the video, because commenting on a video boosts it in the algorithm. So make sure that you do that. So I allowed this person to continue to talk behind the scenes, but their comments are not shown on the computer. I mean, on the broadcast.
1,000%.
Because you had your chance. You had your chance. I was wide. Like, there's nothing that I wouldn't have given you. And there's nothing I wouldn't have done for you. And I feel like, low-key, respectfully, you played in my fucking face. You played in my face, Clay, because you knew you didn't want to get married.
That's not true.
Then why are we not married?
You know, when it was happening, I wanted to say yes. I saw you walk across on the altar, and I was like, this is my wife. As it was going on, I'm looking at you, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can show up for you every single day. It's just, I'm sure people who experience this, that's been through the experiment, you know, days are like weeks. Moments in that time at the altar, when she walked down the altar, I swear it was like 3 days. I'm just going back and forth of like watching her. She's so beautiful. Clay, you know who you are. But AD, it's a lot of things that you're battling with. And for me, Nick, I would say that I didn't put the work in to understand love before I got in the process. And I believe I almost was getting diagnosed on camera as like this red flag or this guy who has, you know, dad issues and something like that. But I received it. You know, at the end of the day, I didn't do the process right. I disrespected AD. I love her. And it hurts that you don't even think that, you know, so.
So now he's on the stage crying. This is his face. He's on the stage crying. Water's coming down his eyes at some point. And there are people who are saying he knows the right words to say. Listen, I said I believe in second chances. I do, right? I believe in second chances when a person who has done the work and demonstrated that they did the work, not for somebody else, but for themselves, right? And so I don't know whether or not he's lying or manipulating. I don't know. All I know is that he says he's been in therapy for a year. How much work he's done in therapy, we won't know. This is why it is important to have very firm boundaries, right? This is why it's important to take your time, get to know people, to look for the red flags, and to see what is it that you are willing to give in exchange for what this person is showing up with. Listen, you can't lose when it comes to life. You can't lose when it comes to experiences, because as long as you are able to get up, heart beating, lungs breathing the next day, you have not lost. You gained an experience, and you have to love yourself enough to know when it's time for you to shift and how quickly.
Clay,
Yeah.
do you think you're ready now? It's been a year.
Yeah. I think I put the work in. I wasn't bullshitting. I went to therapy. I tried different therapists out, even, trying to see what worked for me. I want to be a good guy. I want to be the best version I could be, and it sucks that it wasn't like that for you. I swear, it wasn't intentional. Like, I'm watching it.
So this guy, he's now at this point, you see that he's getting choked up, and there's two different things that's going on. Either he's sincere and he's really choked up, or he's playing games. We won't know until we're able to see behind the scenes. Only the people in the situation know exactly what is going on. So you see, you all are giving these people attention so that the person now switched to another account so that they can start commenting again. And so now I've had to go and we've had to have a block party. But sometimes it's best to just ignore these people. Elle, can you take care of the people who are trolling, like really trolling, like not people who have like sincere dialogue? And Elle, please check your emails.
Back, and it broke my heart to break your heart, honestly. And that was not my intention. It happened, and I'll take everything that comes with it. I came out a different man, and I have to credit that to AD. So, if someone changed your life, you just don't, turn your back on them, and that's just me being here for her.
And I applaud you for growth. I applaud you as a man for being willing to say, I need to take a look at myself, and I need therapy. I want to seek that out. I want to be a better person for myself and for others. And that takes a lot of courage to, A, one, do, and B, to say on national television. So I applaud you for that, really.
All right. So this is the next part that I thought was important. And excuse me for eating in the background. I was eating. I didn't realize it was picked up by the camera, but the cameras are so sensitive.
Tape that his parents had gone through their trials, and hearing that conversation really showed me that he was battling things that there's nothing I could have done to take that stress from him. And so hearing that conversation, I was like, wow, like that was deep. And I didn't want to respectfully be Clay's mom in the long run. I didn't want.
So you hear she's saying, listen, respectfully, I would not want to be in the position of Clay's mom, because a lot of these men online who are talking are like, and look, this is him receiving that. A lot of these men online who are talking are like, yeah, well, the old days with grandma. Women of today don't want to be in those positions as grandma. Grandma didn't have it good. Grandma was suffering.
That to be my story.
Clay, how was that conversation for you to watch between your mom and your dad?
It was tough. I would say, we're still going through our family and searching for healing. So, I think a lot of black men could resonate with this in terms of just having broken households. But one thing about my parents is that they never made us feel any type of way. They did their best to raise us, and that's their story. And AD mom said it best. She said that I can't be taking on my parents' stuff. I got to do what's good for me, and that's the reason why I took that approach to go to therapy, so I can stop, wearing, the baggage that my parents left me, and, go my own way.
You mentioned the healing. Part of that healing, I think, was, I remember your mom tasking your father with apologizing to you for some of the memories and the experiences you had. as a youth and how it's maybe shaped your path.
Yeah.
Has that apology happened? Have you had that chance to have that moment with your father?
It's not, me and my dad have a great relationship in terms of our banter. It hasn't been like a I'm sorry, but in his way it has been, and I feel comfortable with his answer and who he is as a man. I don't like throwing stones at him, because my dad's a good father. It's my first time expressing that this is something that is affecting me, because you don't really see from men how to be a good husband. It's always like.
So I wanted you to pay attention to this part. He's saying that you don't really see from men how to be a good husband. This is why when I did that video that's going viral on my other page, where the girl is talking about how, oh, they teach girls how to be wives from the time that they're little, but they don't teach boys how to be husbands. No, they're not even teaching women how to be wives. They're teaching them how to be servants. When you teach a person how to be a husband or a wife, you're teaching them about being a good human being. You're teaching them about how to be in partnership. You're teaching them about how to go for the long haul. That's what you're teaching them. And I want you to pay attention to this next part. I was eating it was good. Apparently it was so good that I couldn't even stop while I was filming. I forget what it was, but I eat out of glass. I eat out of glass, or glass and porcelain. So the fork and all of that, it's annoying, but it is what it is. I wish Netflix just would stop with the cock blocking us.
Happy wife, happy life. You don't really hear the experience, especially as a guy like me, I was an athlete, just to have a transition from going from a little bit of a rock star life to now you're just with one person.
So now he's talking about the rock star life that he was in, and how he had to go from the rock star life to now being with one person. So he's also discussing, see, this is part of the conundrum in our community, right? So there seems to be two main stages that a man gets into. One, he needs you to help build him up, or two, he's already built up. So one, he needs you to help him build him up, and then you have to hope for him to have some sort of loyalty to you, and in far too many cases, he doesn't. And then two, he's already where it is that he wants to be, so he has the money and all of this other stuff. You know what I want you all to pay attention to? How does a person behave when they have everything? That's what's really inside of them. Like I told you, I was lambasted earlier today. Somebody who said that they loved me and was surprised that as a quote unquote friend that I didn't want to, relinquish my boundaries and all this other stuff. And then this person started cussing me. And I was like, oh, well, it's interesting to know how you really felt deep down inside your heart. Take a look at how people behave when they have everything or nothing. This is who they are. People would love to be like, that's not me. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's you. That person is you. The person who's punching the person is you. The person who is cursing a person out is you. The person who's crying and begging is you. The person who is really nice is you. All of these things are you. So don't allow a person who is verbally violent or worse, physically. No. They each are equally as bad. Don't allow a person who is violent with you to be like, that's not me. Yes, that is that person. That person is showing you who they are. And let me just say this for the record. If there is a person in your life who drinks and then does stuff while they're drunk, like beat you up and destroy things, and then they apologize and they're like, that's not me. I get like that when I drink. Okay. And then when this person is sober, they start making the decisions to drink again. At that point, it's a mother effing choice. They want to become that monster, just like David effing Banner. Why are you standing over there sucking down gamma rays if you don't want to turn into the Hulk? So if a person of sound mind goes into the bar and starts drinking to the point that they become violent, that is the choice that they are making to then try to blame it on the alcohol. Please get away from people like that. Don't take their damn excuses, because that is them. That is who they are. And this person is giving themselves the leeway. Just like this person who cussed me out, right? This person felt that they had enough dominion over me that they could call me out my damn name. Imagine The damn, the privilege, the damn entitlement of it, that you feel that because you are interpreting something a certain way that you can call me out my name and you think that you're still going to be granted audience with the queen. Yeah, expose me. Expose it, please. Please. When someone shows you who they are, believe it. Exactly. It's like these people feel that they are entitled to put their hands on you. They feel that they're entitled to curse you out. They feel that they're entitled to harm you or hurt you because they're feeling a certain type of way. No, you're not entitled to that. No.
Person. There's really nobody that explains it, talks about it.
Well, you're speaking of examples of how to be a good husband, and there was one conversation you had with AD where you said you've been watching Love Is Blind for the very first time, and it made you nervous because, as you said, that is what a husband is supposed to come like. He says all the right things. So I'm curious who in that moment you were referring to in watching Love Is Blind.
It's very documented. I didn't watch Love Is Blind before I joined the show. Actually, it was funny when I seen AD and her mom. They put on Love Is Blind season 4, and I was referring to Brett. I thought that Brett was.
So I want you all to pay attention. So if you can't hear it, this is Brett right here and the woman that he married in the season before last or before that, right? And I want you to hear what he has to say.
I just felt like he just did everything, like he said all the right things. He just kind of, he just like personified as a good black man or a good husband, not even black man, just a good husband. And, I just looked at him and I was like, I don't think that who I am could do what Brett did. So it was just like a little pessimistic thought, but even with that, I give myself grace. I do it in my own way, and I'm not even happy with that comment, but the compliment is that I do think Brett is a stand-up guy, and I'm just looking at,
So now he's talking about Marvelita saying so many excuses. Where's the accountability? Actually, he has taken accountability by going to therapy. At this point, he's giving a compliment to another man who he says that he felt exemplified what a husband should be like.
Shaped how to be a good husband. It's always like happy wife, happy life. You don't really hear. It's very dope. As a guy like me, I was an athlete, just to have to transition from going from a little bit of a rock star life to now you're just with one person. It's really. I just felt like he just did everything, like he said all the right things. He just kind of. He just like personified.
Listen, this is the only recording I have, and I did not know that this thing was so damn loud. I will never do that like that ever again. My bad. I know the eating is distracting. My bad. I wish that Netflix allowed us to review these things, but Netflix is a hater.
A good black man or a good husband, not even black man, just a good husband. And, I just looked at him and I was like, I don't think that who I am could do what Brett did. So it was just like a little pessimistic thought, but even with that, I give myself grace. I do it in my own way, and I'm not even happy with that comment, but the compliment is that I do think Brett is a stand-up guy, and I'm just looking at, thinking of that sense.
We're lucky to have Brett Tiffany with us here today.
So I want you to hear what Brett is going to say. This is the most important part of it.
How does that make you feel hearing that, Brett?
Ooh, I just want to say thank you, man. It's very humbling to hear, honestly. I don't know why I'm getting emotional talking, because, I didn't really come from, the perfect household either, in terms of my mom and my dad and their relationship.
Listen.
And there was a lot of things that I was concerned about how I would show up going through this experiment.
I'm annoyed with my damn self. I'm annoyed that fork and all of that. I had no idea it sounded like that. So Brett is actually saying, I didn't have good role models for what a man is supposed to be like, my background. So there's different types of people out there. There's people who are like, listen, I didn't have the good example of who to be as a husband, as a man. And then there's other people who are like, I'm just going to be a good person. And show up and work it out. Ken is saying he nutted in a lot of girls. Does that sound like accountability to you? I don't remember him saying that he climaxed in a lot of girls. I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, I need you to be more mature than that.
And as a credit to her, like, she created the space for me to be the person that I knew that I could be. And you know, it's very humbling to hear. But even going through everything, like, I had a lot of doubts, and I was very concerned about, like, am I going to be a good husband? Yeah.
So he's talking about the doubts that he had. Was he going to be a good husband and all of that?
Be good now while we're filming, but like, when the cameras are off, am I going to know how to show up? Like, am I really going to know how to be the husband that she expects me to be and the husband that I want to be? You know, hope I'm doing good.
You're doing great.
Yeah, man, it's very humbling to hear that, especially, you know, black man to black man. You know, I'm humbled. Thank you. I'll go.
All right, and that was the final thing that I wanted you all to hear. That was the final thing I wanted you all to hear, because I felt like that last part was so important. Because there's so many men out there who are talking about how they don't know how to do this. They didn't have XYZ example, but are you a good person? Are you working hard at being the best person that you can be? Because at the end of the day, a husband is a person. A wife is a person. This is why I focus on self-love on this channel, right? All right, so we have 5 minutes before our dance break, or so we could actually start getting ready for our, we can start getting ready for our self-love lessons. That's what we can do. Let me grab these apples while we're getting ready for the self-love lesson. I want you all to start thinking, what is the lesson that you've learned about loving yourself more from today's broadcast? What is it that you heard? If there's something I said that benefited you in this broadcast, if you gained any bit of knowledge, even just a little bit of entertainment, you want to see my videos again, subscribe to the channel, forward this video to somebody, open up the discussion between you all. Okay? All right. Tawana is saying no training is needed to be good. Exactly. So let me read these apples. All right. So Hodan sends $2 and there's no message with that. So let's see what else we have. Bronx Bayou says, thank you for the live. And there's some melted slime type of, what you call that? $sign. That's cute. And Cynthia says, you look great and happy. Thank you so much, Cynthia. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's get these self-love lessons together. All right, so I want you to type SLL and let's see what the self-love lesson is. Let me get some music to play in the background for us. All right, so let's see. Self-love lesson, I want you, so these are the rules for the self-love lesson. I want you to type out what is the lesson that you learned, and I want you to state it from the positive, affirming. I want you, so no words like don't, not, never. I want you to state what it is that you do want to manifest in terms of loving yourself deeper and better. They want women to be their counselors, but once we see all of their ugly, I am no longer attracted. You know what? I'd say a lot of people in society want women to be their counselors. Women are here positioned as servants. This is why the electronic voices that we have in these servicing apps are female. This is why Alexa is a female voice and why Siri is a female voice, and Google Maps and Waze and all of these things, the default is female voice because we are seen as servants of society. So it's not just men. We are positioned as servants, and we have to do what it is that we need to do to set boundaries for ourselves. So I want you to talk from my standpoint. So fill my cup first, then pour out what's overflowing. And so Pem, I need you to shift that to take out the word doesn't. So I want you to talk about what it is that you do want. So unreadiness doesn't negate. Let's turn that sentence around into the positive affirming statement. And then Walter, your statement starts with a never. So let's shift that into what it is that you do want, not what you don't want. Okay? All right, self-love lessons. Let's see. I'm honoring my own feelings and needs in all relationships. I love that. That is perfect. Fill my cup first, then pour what's overflowing. You understood the assignment. Absolutely. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Absolutely. So, Hudan, take out the not and all of that. Take that out and talk about what it is that you do want. Know my worth and date like it. And then I see the word never in there. So let's talk about what you do want. Instead of talking about what you don't want, talk about what you do want. And this exercise is a little trying. Like, it takes some effort to learn how to do the self-love lessons. And it's important that you do learn so that you can take this forward. I set boundaries that protect my energy and peace of mind. Yes, you understood the assignment. That is perfect. What is my entrance fee? Being clear and specific, standing on my standards and boundaries. Period. Yes, somebody else who understood the assignment. I am worthy of all the love I desire. Yes, I love that. Let's keep going. And then, yes. We're right. And so, Tawana, I want you to talk about me, not me. I want you to talk about you. So talk from the I standpoint. Speak as though I already have it. I am worthy of all of the love that I desire. Perfect. Know my worth and move on it. Hold my boundaries firm. Believe in myself. Perfect. Understood the assignment. Perfect. Addressing my needs first is self-love. Yes. Honoring my personal boundaries and loving myself enough to hold myself accountable always, and always working to be a better person and receiving love. Always being brave enough to be myself. I love that. Yes. Tonya, thank you. Truly a self-examination lesson. Absolutely. All right. Well, you know what? Let me talk about what my self-love lesson is. My self-love lesson. So listen, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And my self-love lesson from today's broadcast is about focusing on the self. That's what my self-love lesson is. My self-love lesson is in, I gotta turn this, let me pause this real quick because this music is getting lively behind me. There are a lot of people who want to look and see what other people are doing wrong. However, my self-love lesson is about really examining myself. Why did I allow a person to play in my face? Why did I allow a person with a million red flags to get to the end stage? Why did I feel that I needed to audition? We heard Clay talking about going to therapy. I didn't hear AD talk about going to therapy to resolve some of the issues that she talked about with why she's constantly auditioning. Why is she constantly giving and giving, trying to hold these relationships together? Why is she doing that? So I would have loved to have heard her talk about the things that she did to heal those wounds, because it's not about the other person. It takes two to tango. You know, like Ludacris said, when I move, you move, just like that. So when there's a person who is going left and you go left with them, or they're moving right and you move right with them, because if they move right and you're going left, then you'll go into a different relationship. But if you are dancing with this person, you have to realize that for every issue this person has, you also have an issue for continuing in that dance with that person. Journal about it. Figure out why. Why did you allow yourself to audition for the role of wife, girlfriend, or baby mama? That's the lesson right there. The self-love lesson is about why. Why did we go along with this? And on that note, I will see you all in the next video. We're going to play that little bit of dubstep before we get out of here. So I appreciate each and every one of you. So let's get up out of your seat. Come on. Get up out your seat. I don't know how people dance to EDM. I don't know how you... I'll see you all in the next video. I'll see you all later.